Get ready, America, for this is the best of Destination Small Town, a Cluck TV production, featuring the shows that have taken Sweet Swine County by storm. The reality hit, The Real Housewives of Sweet Swine County, Sweet Swine's favorite music show, Backstage at the Commune, the tastefully done cooking segment, Cooking It Up with Betty, the always zany soap opera, As the Corn Grows, and of course, the wildly popular talk shows that share what's happening inside and outside Sweet Swine County. Which shows will you be seeing today? Stay tuned and find out right after the break.
Get ready for a website like no other. A website where you will find stories done by reporters, tourists, and celebrities from Sweet Swine County. Yes, I said Sweet Swine County. With nothing happening in their county, they decided to do some stories about the businesses and points of interest located in their neighboring towns and counties. Take a unique look at life inside the small towns of the Midwest by visiting DestinationSmallTown.com.
This program is made possible in part by Swine Tales Publications, the proud publisher of Sweet Swine County maps and plat books, now publishing authors from throughout Sweet Swine County. Swine Tales Publication is now making plans for their next book tour, and they may be held in these small towns with the release of Poems I Wrote and More Poems I Wrote by Sweet Swine County's own Poet Laureate, Ronnie P. Silage. After serving as Poet Laureate of Sweet Swine County for over 20 years, Ronnie was encouraged to put his poetic masterpiece in book form for all to cherish and enjoy. With a wealth of life experiences to draw upon, Ronnie P. is a veritable pit of poetic musings and life lessons learned. Each of these towns and their businesses are being considered to hold a book signing because of the information found on the best source about small towns of the Midwest. To learn about these towns and their businesses, visit DestinationSmallTown.com. This program has been made possible by SweetSwineScoop.com, the online magazine that keeps Sweet Swine County citizens informed on what's happening. For if it happens in Sweet Swine County, it's news to us.
Get ready, because just when you thought you'd gotten the cockleburs out of your overalls, they're now on TV. That's right, this is one weed you won't want to pull. The Cocklebur Morning Show, with hosts who deliver a mix of news, entertainment, and information about the communities throughout our story country. Now on this station and the web.
Lenny Leftover here, filing my latest report of what's cooking. I and my fellow reporters have discovered incredible nightclubs and historic bars in small towns. Now you can learn what we've learned about nightlife options in small towns of the Midwest on CluckTV.com.
Get ready, America, because you're about to see the best of the women of Sweet Swine County, Sweet Swine County's #1 daytime show.
Hi everyone, and welcome to the Women of Sweet Swine County, where we share small town stories with big town attitude. And joining me today is my beautiful co-host, Paris.
Oh, well, thank you, Prairie Ann. It's nice to be back. Nice to be here. We have a great story and interesting guest, and what is wrong?
Paris.
What?
Have you not seen the front page of the Daily Bore? I can't believe you haven't seen it. What is going on?
Because it's kind of a bore. That's why I don't read it. Let me see.
You don't read it?
No.
Oh my gosh. Look, just take a look at this scumbag paper has turned into.
Jeez, big headline.
Look at that.
Part-time sales clerk causes Lady Gaga frenzy at local store. Oh my God, what? Not our store. What local store? How did this happen? This is a front page story in the biggest newspaper, well, the only newspaper in Sweet Swine County, but still the biggest. What happened? PR nightmare here.
It is a PR nightmare, let me tell you. Go ahead and read it. Everybody wants to know about, just go ahead and read it. Let's just get that over with.
Okay. Sweet Swine County residents have been asking themselves, is it true? Did I see Lady Gaga at the Giddy Up Boutique? This latest scuttlebutt was dashed when Giddy Up Boutique co-owner Prairie Ann admitted in a recent interview with the Daily Boar newspaper that it was all a big mistake. People are too quick to gossip here in Sweet Swine County. And Prairie Ann commented, our part-time sales clerk was trying on some clothes, and when she came out of the dressing room, I just said, well, Lady Gaga, look at you. As it turns out, Nosy Norma, the waitress from Edie's Cafe, happened to be in the shop and overheard me. It didn't take but a New York minute before the entire county thought international recording sensation Lady Gaga was in town. Don't blame me for the mix-up. Oh, Prairie Ann. However, Sweet Swine citizen Ronnie P. Silage was too slow on the uptake and had already dashed into town to have his picture taken with who he thought was the famous star. Silage told the Daily Boar, I got right into town to have my picture taken with her. Now I find out it was all a scam. She wasn't really Lady Gaga. And here I had an expensive life-size poster made up of the two of us from the picture I'd taken with her. I think the Giddy Up owners should pay for this. End of story.
Yeah, can you believe it? And you know what I've learned from this whole thing is they don't call Nosy Norman that for nothing, and I would like to tell Ronnie what he could do with his life-size poster.
I cannot believe this. I mean, yeah, he should be hog-tied and whipped or whatever you guys do here.
Whatever you do in Sweet Swine County, absolutely. But you know what, Paris? Let's just try to forget about it. And why don't we just introduce our guest?
That's a good idea. Oh my gosh. So, ladies and gentlemen, from the county of Sweet Swine and the town of Horsefly, the curator of the Sweet Swine County Museum, Miss Lola Leftover. Oh, she thinks she's so hot. She's not.
Welcome, Lola.
Welcome. Lola.
Welcome to the show. This is the women of Lola. Yeah,
Women.
This is the women of Sweet Swine County.
The Lola show.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. So, Lola, name sounds familiar, and I've got 100 things running through my head. But why is it that I've heard of you, but I don't know you?
Leftover is a family name long associated with Sweet Swine County.
Well, you know what, Paris?
What?
I think I know your brother. Is your brother Lenny Leftover? And he does that little
Yes.
show about restaurants with little cooking it up with Betty.
Yes,
Little
yes.
Betty.
Really?
Yeah.
The leftover
my
cooking
brother.
show?
That leftover cooking show.
Excuse me. That is
excuse
my
me.
brother. He decided that he was not going to follow in the family footsteps, much to my father's chagrin.
Well, Lola, how many leftovers are there?
Too many. How many leftovers are left over?
Excuse me. I think you're making fun of my name.
Oh,
No.
We're just a little confused.
Yeah.
You must have, if you're
was
the
the
only
thing?
two
There are
that
several.
haven't
Yeah.
followed, that haven't done 8-track repair, right? That's it. That was it, wasn't it?
There's
8-track
several.
repair?
There's
So
several.
how many people are doing the 8-track repair?
Many. We've spread out across the continent.
Let's talk about the museum.
About the museum,
Sweet
yep.
Swine County
The
Museum.
museum.
Lola has been
Yay.
curator for what, 6 or 7 months?
7
Not
months.
sure how
I
she
hear,
got that.
7
Yes.
Bribery,
Yes,
I'm thinking?
yes.
Yep.
I have been the
Pretty good for
curator
leftover.
excuse me.
Oh, that's a good one.
I have been the curator for 7 months, the longest running curator in the history of Sweet Swine County's 32 years of the museum's inception.
Lola, guess what I heard? I heard, Paris, I heard it's haunted.
The museum?
I heard the museum is really haunted.
It's
That's why
not-
nobody stayed there for over 7 months.
It's not
Is it really
haunted.
haunted?
It's not haunted. It's just minimum wage.
Lola, you know what? I'm going to step back a gear. I am impressed. Speaking of being impressed, here's an article that was published in the Daily Boar. I read it just before I decided to quit reading it when they put out that article. Anyway, Sweet Swine County's most popular tourist destination is the town of High Horse, is the Sweet Swine County Museum. This one-of-a-kind museum boasts in the last year foot traffic of over 40 people. This success is in no small part credited to an outhouse that is made completely of corn. Oh, did you think of that, little Lola?
No, excuse me, but it's up there with the Corn Palace in Mitchell, South Dakota.
Yeah. Designed by Sweet Swine County's own interior designer. It's a Dougie Dugan original. Hello.
Huh. Does it work?
People still visit it from all over the county.
Seriously?
Seriously.
Yes, they
I
do.
thought it was a typo,
It's quite,
but hello.
it's quite an attraction. It is. This brochure, which I've made myself, I've designed it. I've designed this
She's shushing
myself.
us. It's our show.
It's wonderfully put together. I went to graphics design school
Oh my God.
for about 4 months. Anyway, it says the Trial of Elmer Plow exhibit. In this exhibit, you will be able to see photos of Sweet Swine's trial of the century. Elmer Plow, farmer safety expert, accused of the late Aunt Ella's house fire, was found innocent in the biggest trial ever held in Sweet Swine County.
Is this it?
Lawyer Ed, who defended Elmer, said, "I think that a mistrial still is a win for me." The jury believed in Elmer's innocence and said that in no way would the safety kits given to them by Elmer Plow's mom have made a difference in the outcome. In the exhibit, you will see the orange jumpsuit worn by Elmer and the gavel used by Judge Justice.
Really?
Oh, gosh.
Another exhibit is the sounds from the barnyard. It says here, in this one-of-a-kind exhibit, you will be able to hear recordings of farm animals dating back to the 1940s. The brainchild of Sweet Swine's safety expert, Elmer Plow.
Is this like the Elmer Plow Museum? I'm totally confused. I thought we were doing the Sweet Swine County Museum, but all I'm...
Elmer began collecting and recording farm animal sounds as a
interesting.
child, and as a young man, he created the Sounds from the Barnyard exhibit.
The animal sounds, are they by chance on 8-track tape?
Actually, they are. My father helped me build this. Yes, he did.
Oh, so that like just provides a little business for your family then. I get it.
I get it too.
Yeah. Well, Lola, I must say that don't you think people in the audience, these exhibits, well, they leave me
Unique.
speechless.
They're unique. They're
they
unique.
leave me speechless.
They're unique,
What
exciting.
Can I say they are eclectic.
They're on 8-track.
They're on 8-track.
Oh, yeah.
They're vintage.
It's
vintage.
wonderful.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait to go.
I'd like to tell you about another one that's on loan from Cooking It Up with Betty.
Okay.
It's called
It's a
Hot
leftover.
Dish to
It's a
Pass
leftover.
Collection. Here's what we have to say about this collection in our brochure. In the collection
Brochure?
of watercolor paintings, dishes prepared by food expert Betty Thompson are forever preserved on canvas. Your mouth will water as you look at the painting Hot Dish Heaven. Jello Forever and Can of Corn inspired
Lola.
by
Lola.
Andy
Ooh,
Warhol.
Lola.
Excuse me.
Yeah, I just have another question because that's kind of what Paris and I do when we have a guest.
We actually
ask
speak.
questions
Yeah, we don't
and we
just
do
listen.
an interview.
Yeah.
Anyway, who buys these paintings and are they commissioned by somebody or
Are they all
do
hanging
they
in the
actually
museum?
sell or
Very prestigious people
or
buy
are
these
they
paintings.
are they just in the museum because nobody wanted them?
They
Are they
just
in the
leftovers?
museum because they're treasures.
I think they're
Oh, are they
leftovers.
just that?
Yes, they're
Are they
treasures.
just paintings of leftovers?
Are they
then?
just leftovers? I thought that was funny.
Cooking
too.
It Up
She
with
doesn't think
Betty
it's funny.
does not do leftovers.
Thought that was funny.
No, they're one of a kind. Everybody wants them. They come in form of posters also, as well as the paintings themselves. We can't sell the real paintings, no.
Probably literally can't. So the paintings.
Okay.
Oh gosh.
Well, Parents, I must say this has been
It's a
an
fun
interesting
show.
today.
It's fun, and
What can you say?
it was full of leftovers, that's
Full of
all I have to
leftovers,
But I
and-
have more.
I'm sure
I
you
have
do.
a lot
I'm
more.
getting the wrap-up sign
It's
from
only the
producer.
beginning.
Darn.
Remember,
Let me
everybody,
tell you
we
about
share-
our new exhibit.
Remember, everybody, we share small town stories with big town attitude because we are the
women of Sweet Swine County.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Get ready because our culinary expert and, dare we say, wine aficionado beyond belief, Betty Thompson, is preparing some tantalizing dishes for us on her show, Cooking It Up with Betty. In the midst of cooking, our dear old Betty does join her What's Cooking reporters traveling throughout our story country. Now, on this station and the web.
This program has been made possible by Purdue University, Sweet Swine County's Institute of Higher Learning, with 3 classroom trailers that can accommodate up to 9 students each. To learn more, visit sweetswinescoop.com.
What's Cooking? A KLUK TV production, starring Abby Appetite, Lenny and Lola Leftover. Their destination, outside Sweet Swine County. Their purpose, to share their discoveries of the best cafes, restaurants, bakeries, supper clubs, and night spots. It all began when they realized food options in Sweet Swine County were limited. Now you can learn what they learned, with hundreds of food options. What's Cooking? In living color on the web.
This program is made possible in part by Swine Tales Publication, the proud publisher of Sweet Swine County maps and plat books, now publishing authors from throughout Sweet Swine County. Swine Tale Publications is now making plans for their next book tour, and they may be held in these small towns with the release of My Slow Descent from Hollywood to KLUK TV by Sergio Furlione. Born in Italy, he immigrated to the United States early in his career. With over a dozen films to his credit, Hollywood readily embraced his directional style. Within a year, he was working on a monumental project with some of the top talent in the business. With 2 Oscars for direction under his belt and more than a few starlets on his arm, he experienced an unparalleled degree of success. After his second marriage to the darling of the silver screen ended, he found himself searching for the meaning in life. Then, after a series of unfulfilling love affairs, he met and married the love of his life, only to have happiness slip through his fingers when his wife was forced to enter the witness protection program during their honeymoon in Paris. It was this event that would change his career and his life path forever. Leaving the bright lights of Hollywood behind him, he found himself moving to Sweet Swine County to work as the creative director for a small market station, KLUK TV. Each of these towns are being considered for a book signing because of the information found on the best source about small towns of the Midwest. To learn about these towns, visit destinationsmalltown.com.
The lifestyles led in the small towns and counties of the Midwest are like no other. But we seldom hear about the points of interest and businesses located in these towns. Well, there's one TV station that's made it their mission to make sure the stories of the small towns of the Midwest are told, Cluck TV. That's right, Cluck TV, located in the neighboring county of Sweet Swine. See all the towns that are covered on KLUKTV.com.
Get ready because now you can watch the zany soap opera that tells the story of the citizens of Sweet Swine County who live and love as the corn grows. The show gives viewers a tongue-in-cheek look at life inside Sweet Swine County with a lovable cast of characters who bring new meaning to the word corny. Now on this station and the World Wide Web.
As you remember, in the last episode, Edna got a call from Wilma asking the ladies to come and see Cousin John in the morning regarding their contract negotiations. Today, we join Cousin John as he meets with the ladies to explain the fine print in the imaginary agreement.
Cousin John, the Lefse ladies are here to see you.
The Lefse who?
Oh, you remember, the Lefse ladies. You had me call them and request a meeting with you this morning.
Oh, yeah. Lefse, well, how many are there?
Just 4.
4? Crap, I only need 1. I hope they didn't bring that awful smelling Lefse with them again.
Oh, smelling? They can hear you, Cousin John. They're standing right here.
Oh, for Pete's sake, Wilma, how many times have I told you don't use the speakerphone? Oh, go ahead and send them in.
Cousin John will see you now.
Well, hey, hello, ladies. Please, come in, have a chair. Don't you all look just lovely today?
Well, how do we smell then?
Now, Edna, watch those manners.
Oh, I'm with Edna. How dare you besmirch the integrity of our world-famous Lefse?
Besmirch?
We heard you, Buster. Slanderous words if I've ever heard any.
Listen, I was confused. I get salespeople in here all the time. They're trying to sell me their potato pancakes or their Lefse or their lutefisk. In fact, I just had a guy in here the other day from Lefse Unlimited, and he was trying to sell me that stuff. That was the worst smelling, awfulest tasting stuff that I ever let pass my lips.
Are you saying it was somebody else's Lefse that smelled awful?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. Why, I remember now. Yours was just heavenly. I'm hoping you brought me a double batch this time.
We sure did. I hope you have an appetite for some of our latest.
I did just have the pig out breakfast over at Edie's.
Oh, now there's always room for Lefse then.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, maybe just a nibble.
I don't see. I think it was just a little big misunderstanding now.
Speaking of misunderstandings, why did you girls tell Sergio, my creative director, to produce a pilot of some show called The Real Housewives of Sweet Swine County?
Oh, well, because we had a contract then?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you see, that's where it gets confusing. Because I had Wilma dig through all the files, and we couldn't find anything that showed that we had a contract with you girls.
Now, hold on there a minute, Bub.
It's okay, Helga. I think what Cousin John is trying to say, he's just a bit fuzzy about that verbal contract that we talked about when he was having that third helping of Lefse.
Verbal contract? Wait, you trying to tell me that little snack time chat that we had with you girls, is that what started all of this?
Don't you go trying to weasel out of this one. We shook on it over wine.
Well, you girls were drinking quite a bit that day.
Well, I think what you're trying to say, Cousin John, is that we were just really relaxed and having a good time. Isn't that so, Cousin John?
Listen, all I know is that your show cost me 2 of my biggest sponsors. The production costs were over $500, and I don't remember agreeing to any of it.
Now, try to remember this. You'd had your 3 helpings of our Lefse, and then you said, you girls should be on TV. And then we said, sure. And then we went to the door, and then we shook hands, and that was our agreement.
Yeah. Yes, and I even called KLUK and asked who's in charge of the production of the shows, and you said Sergio Ferleon. Well, we got right on that one, being the businesswomen that we are, and we called him, and we got the ball rolling.
No, you don't understand. I shook hands goodbye. We don't have a deal.
Oh, I told you we should have gotten it in writing then.
Excuse me. Not now, Wilma. I'm really busy.
I know, and I wouldn't ordinarily bother you, but I thought you might like to know that Ole's Fine Wines and Spirits called to ask about sponsoring the new Real Housewives show.
Oh, he did he?
He did. And no sooner did I get off the phone with him when Nels Erickson, Erickson Auto, called and said his wife loved the show and wanted him to be a sponsor.
Well, that's interesting. Thank you, Wilma. Now, Where were we?
You were telling us that you're not a man of your word and that your handshake means absolutely nothing.
Now hold on a minute. Tell you what I'm going to do. I'll give you one more show, but instead of building you a big set or anything, you need to use Betty Thompson's kitchen, and you need to keep your budget to $150.
So you're saying then that we gotta use Betty's set and we get paid nothing then?
Hey, take it or leave it.
We'll take it. Well, it's a bit cramped, but I suppose it'll work for now.
Cramped? Yeah. But look at these appliances. They look like they're out of the 1950s.
Oh, now, Marta, it's okay. We only have a couple shows that we're going to shoot on this set. It's okay.
I'm not so sure about that. Cousin John was pretty clear that we were on a shoestring budget. That man is so tight, he squeaks.
Yeah.
Excuse me, what are those four doing here on my set?
Well, it's our set now, Betty. Our set.
Over my dead body, you will share my set.
Well, that could be arranged.
Now, Marta, you know, Betty, Cousin John, he told us that we could use this set for our next show.
Well, I thought you shot over at Edna's place. Not that it was much of a show. I understand it wasn't even authorized by Cousin John.
Well, we just left Cousin John's office, and he authorized all of this 100% now, didn't he? So, Betty, what I really want to know is, say, are you married to these colors? Because I was thinking maybe some like red or blues. Yeah.
If you so much as touch one thing on my set.
Now, I think what you're trying to say there, Betty, that, this set isn't so bad.
Out! I think I better call Cousin John and find out what's going on.
You just go ahead and do that. And by the way, ask him how he liked our lefse.
He ate your lefse? Oh, I better call the emergency room. He'll be there about now.
Well, the lines are clearly drawn, folks. Join us next time and see which is the last cook standing on the Real Housewives of Sweet Swine County. This program is made possible in part by Swine Tales Publications, the proud publisher of Sweet Swine County maps and plat books, now publishing authors from throughout Sweet Swine County. Swine Tales Publication is now making plans for their next book tour, and they may be held in these small towns with the release of How to Be Jealous of Yourself by Prairie Ann. Born with a total package and surrounded by jealousy her entire life, Prairie Ann shares her personal rise to the top as Sweet Swine's hometown sweetheart. Prairie Ann has thrown off the yoke of pure envy, theirs, not hers, and has put her vast wealth of knowledge in this tell-all book. Each of these towns and their businesses are being considered to hold a book signing because of the information found on the best source about small towns of the Midwest. To learn about these towns and their businesses, visit DestinationSmallTown.com.
Get ready, because now you can see a late-night talk show filmed in front of a discerning yet agreeable studio audience. Split Hoof tonight. Cousin John and his incomparable sidekick, Earl Silo, interview a roster of guests who make appearances that you won't want to miss. Now on this station and the web.
Who are these people and what are they doing? Well, they're talk show hosts, tourists, celebrities, and reporters from your neighboring county of Sweet Swine. Yes, I said Sweet Swine County, and they're sharing what they've learned about the businesses and points of interest in the small towns of the Midwest. Learn all that they learned on DestinationSmallTown.com.